Hello everyone, welcome back to G Money Sports, and this was gonna be my part two, little mini series of top Spurs prospects we could potentially get in this draft, this upcoming draft, which will be, as of this recording, will be this Wednesday, which is crazy. It's almost here. There's been a lot of trade rumors, a lot of kind of like draft prospect rumors, free agencies coming in soon. It's all kind of bunched up now because of how Corona and the delay and stuff like that, and the restart. So it's gonna be crazy. This following week, we might see another 2 videos this week. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. If there's a trade, I'm gonna get a video on that. But enough about all that, the rumors and stuff. We'll get to it later for whatever happens. But right now, part 2, Spurs prospects. Let's get into it. My first guy will be point guard Cole Anthony. So for Mr. Anthony, it might be a bit of a stretch to see him fall to us at 11. But it still could potentially happen. For Cole Anthony, I like him a lot, actually. I know college, he had a lot of turnovers, his team wasn't very good. But I mean, you just look at his raw potential. He's a great shooter, great scorer. He's a pure just scorer. He just gets buckets. A decent rebounder, he's athletic. His biggest thing is definitely turnovers. He had a lot of turnovers. I think he led college in turnovers. I'm not sure, you can double check that. But basically, one of his big things was a lot of turnovers, a lot of shots taken. Wasn't very efficient a lot of the times. But again, his team was awful. He was in a really bad situation in college. I think under Pop, along with he could really fill in with a lot of those young guards. It might become like a logjam of a bunch of guards when you look at DeJounte and Derek and Lonnie to a certain extent, and DeMar DeRozan. But I think Cole Anthony, he has potential to be a star for sure. And maybe superstar the way he just gets buckets. So Cole Anthony, I like him a lot. I think I saw a couple of his games. He looks like he could be a special talent, and he could potentially fall down to us at number 11. Our next guy is guard guard Tyrese Halliburton. There are 2 guys named Tyrese in this draft. I just realized that's crazy. But Tyrese Halliburton, he's a guard. He's a nice shooter, decent shooter. A really good ball handler and a great passer. He could be not maybe Manu Ginobili-esque, but he could be maybe a tier below that in terms of passing ability. He's a really good passer. He's just one of those similar to Derek White in the way he's like a pure point guard. He gets his guys in position to get buckets or to create buckets. And defensively, he's decent. I don't think anything special. He's got good size. Smart. I don't think he'll fall to us at 11. He is pretty highly liked and highly respected in this draft, especially with this draft not being as strong as previous drafts. But Halliburton, he could be a nice fit too. I like him, but I don't know. I think we don't really need a distributor that much. We need just a pure scorer, and that could potentially be Lonnie Walker. That's why I like Cole Anthony so much, because he just score. But Halliburton, he's a good player too. I'd be excited to get him, honestly. He could be interesting. Next guy, I'll go to power forward Obi Toppin. So for Obi Toppin, offensively, he could be the best guy in the draft, honestly. He looks pretty scary offensively. Great offensive potential. He's a good shooter. Great in the pick and roll, getting to the rim, getting buckets. He's another good scorer. So he could fill in pretty well for us at the power forward position, a position not necessarily of need, but definitely can use some updating. But the problem is he's a really bad defender. He needs a lot of work defensively. He's the kind of guy who I think Pop and the coaching staff could really get into him to become a good defender or even a decent or passable defender. But as of right now, he is not a good defender. Offensively, though, he's off the charts. I think him, you look at Anthony Edwards, you look at LaMelo Ball, and then Cole Anthony, probably he's up there for one of the best just scorers or offensive threats in this draft, which again is something we need, but we also need some defense. So I don't know, I like him. He could be a really nice pick for us, especially at the front court to help bolster that position up, especially with like Rudy Gay getting older. We don't know how good Trey Lyles really is, so Obi Toppin could be a nice guy to look out for. Now, these 2 guys that are coming up, these 2 guys seem a lot more likely for us to pick in that 11th pick if we don't move up or move down or anything. So I'll start with Devin Vassell. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but no, actually, it should probably be Devin Vassell. He's a small forward, so another kind of position of need for sure. And he's a 3-and-D guy. Obviously, we know what that means. He's a good shooter from three-point land for three-pointers, and he's a good defender. So that's really something we need, because our defense needs work for sure. We definitely started tying up late in the season when we started playing more of the younger guys in terms of Keldon Johnson, Derek White in the starting lineup, Lonnie Walker in the starting lineup, and taking out guys like Bryn Forbes and Patty Mills, having them not play as much. But Devin Vassell at the 3, coming off the bench, I assume, could be good. I don't think, he definitely wouldn't increase the problem of too many guards, because he's a small forward. He could probably even play a little power, actually, small ball power forward. But usually you want to see Vassell as a small forward 3-and-D guy. He's a guy I've heard a lot said about him for the Spurs to get him. But I don't know. He could be... We definitely need some more shooting too. So Devin Vassell, he could be a good fit for sure. He's not the highest potential. He's not like a potential future star. But he could be a really nice player for us. Next guy, he's similar to Devin Vassell in terms of a 3-and-D guy, but with more potential, is Patrick Williams. So for Patrick Williams, he just seems like really raw. Really not necessarily ready to be like an NBA player, but like an NBA starter or anything. He doesn't seem, he needs a little work basically, but he definitely has more potential than a Devin Vassell from what I've heard. He's just another 3-and-D guy, small forward. And these two guys, you can probably see them as like a Danny Green type role for both of these guys, and Vassell and Williams. The way Danny was like a 3-and-D guy for us. So we don't know how good these guys will be compared to like prime Danny Green. But they're two guys' position of need. If I had to pick one of these two, they're pretty similar from what I've heard. But Williams could be more interesting because of his potential to just be a better scorer, better defender, better overall player. But yeah, man, that's about it for the video. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell me, who do you want to get? What do you want to see? Personally, none of these guys excite me all that much, really. But you never know. I didn't know Keldon Johnson was gonna be what he was gonna be, or Lonnie Walker. Really, I've never heard of those guys, and then we just picked them. But again, that's it for the video. And as always, go Spurs, go, baby.